guys, it's Tori. I'm here and I'm going to do a little bit of repotting today. I've got some teeny tiny plants that have been in their little 2-inch nursery pots for the last forever, and they're not too happy about it, so I'm going to get them some nice little bit bigger pots so they're a little bit more happy. But I have a few that are really in need of that. So it's just gonna be a chill, relaxed repot with me video. Got my big old tray box top lid because I hate repotting outside. I feel like it takes all the fun out of it when it's hot outside. Plus, then you can't. Are you really making a mess if you're making a mess outside? Somehow I don't feel like that's right. So I think I just like to make a mess and get dirt everywhere, apparently. But I've got my top, my buckets of soil, all my bags to make more. I think I might have enough actually, though. I don't know. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants, I think, to repot. And I'm gonna start off with this guy. This is my peperomia, parallelpeperomia. There's another name for it. I can never remember this one. But I got him at Bloomer's Lawn and Garden in Columbus, and he's grown all of this new stuff for me. So I'm excited to see what happens when I put him in here. I've never seen one anywhere around here ever until I found this guy. And this is the only one I've ever seen, and there was only one of him, so I was very excited because I like peperomia a whole lot. But so this is a mix that I mixed up the other day when I repotted my Cebu blue pothos. So it's I just got Pike's outdoor soil because they didn't have any of the black and gold, and I wasn't gonna go anywhere else during quarantine to try to find it. So it's a third, and a third peat moss, perlite, and just traditional potting soil. Typically I've used black and gold, or I used to use the Miracle-Gro soil, which I never really had any issues with, but I know is probably not the best stuff in the entire world. But I haven't tried the Pike soil before, so we'll see, but it seems when it's mixed in with everything else, I think it'll be okay. It is a little heavy, so I put in a little extra peat moss and perlite than I normally would, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to take some of this old dirt out, just because I think this has the film and everything in it from like the original, like they grew it from the seed and everything. Is what I found in some of the other ones. Ooh, yeah. I just get I'm always scared doing this because I feel like I'm gonna destroy the roots. But all right. So I really have no idea what I'm doing or why I'm even doing this. As far as making videos, but I've just watched so many plant YouTubers, and I used to watch a lot of art YouTubers because I was an art student. I graduated. I have a degree in graphic design, or a bachelor's in fine arts with a focus in graphic design. But I used to watch a lot of YouTube artists, and then I found out when I started getting to plants about 2 years ago, I found out there's a huge community of plant tubers, which was really cool. So I had a lot of fun watching those, and I think quarantine just got to me enough that I convinced myself to make a houseplant tour, and I'm slowly making some houseplant friends, which encouraged my obsession a little bit too much. But I think that's, I don't know, it's fun to talk about plants, and I'm talking to no one right now, but theoretically someone. So I suppose it helps me get the crazy out. But this is this guy. He seems, I think he's gonna be a lot happier and he's gonna have a lot more room to grow. And I think he'll pop some new growth out. But these guys have really, really pretty leaves that are kind of like little watermelons. I think this guy looks more like a watermelon than watermelon peperomia, but they've got the little lines on it, which is why they're called the parallel peperomia. But all right, there's one of 4. I just realized I don't think you can actually see what I'm repotting. You can just see me awkwardly moving my hands and talking. Well, I'm always awkward, so. Let me see if I can bring him up. But next is this Rex begonia, who probably honestly needs a bigger pot than what I'm about to give him. Do I have a bigger pot? I don't think I do. Maybe I'm not gonna repot him, and maybe I'll wait to get a bigger pot. Let me check out his roots. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait and get him a 6-inch pot. I think I might try to brave the outdoor world again today and go to Lowe's. One of my plant friends let me know that they're restocking at Lowe's right now with a bunch of exotic angel plants, and there's been a lot of talk of string of turtles around here and things coming in, so I'm kind of curious to see if there's anything. So I might go up because I need some saucers desperately, and I need some more of these pots because I stole some of these from my mother who I need to replace them. But this is my little Prince of Orange philodendron, who has these really cute little orange leaves when they pop out, and then they turn to the lighter green. And I got him from Bloomers as well in this tiny pot, and oh my goodness, if you look at his he's got roots everywhere. He really needs this. But I got him in the beginning of February probably, and then right before quarantine I went to Bloomers and found a huge one. Well, not a huge one, but he's in like a 8-inch pot of the Prince of Orange, and I couldn't say no even if I had a tiny one. The leaves were just too pretty. So I now have a big one and a tiny one, which I'm fine with that because I think they're adorable. I'm gonna try to get some of this out. And I think he is in the actual, like, he's got the plug, that's what they're called. I think they're called like plugs, where that's what they're grown in, the little grow plugs. And sometimes there's like that weird, like, what's it called? I don't know. It's like a netting almost? I don't know. I don't see it on this guy actually. I found it on a couple other ones that I repotted a couple weeks ago. But sometimes I have that weird netting around it that keeps it from the soil from leaking out, I think. I don't know how actually growing plants works. I just have them and hope that they live. That sounds depressing. It kind of is. But I think he'll be happier in this pot. And I think this guy is almost done getting potted up. Yeah. I think he'll be a lot happier too. My dad says I say the word happy, or everyone says the word happy a little too much talking about plants. But yeah, he's pretty cute. I think, I don't know, the other variations of this guy don't do much for me. So like the Moonlight philodendron, I think it is, and then the Lemon Lime one. And then even the dark one, I'm like, me. But this guy, I don't know. The orange, I like orange. Can I say? Like my orange and my terracotta, so. All right, let's see. Next, I suppose, this guy, so he's in a terracotta pot. This is my green arrowhead plant, Syngonium, but he's in a little grow pot, and then I put him in this terracotta pot that had a little soil in the bottom, not thinking about it, just setting him in there so he looked cuter. But his roots have kind of grown out the bottom of the pot and into the bottom of this. So I think it might be time to actually pot him in here. So I think I always just forget about it because it looks like he's in there. But I'm gonna try and get him out of here without breaking his roots incredibly. I might have to cut him out of the pot. But there's a little piece of ripsalis in there somehow. But yeah, I don't really know what to talk about during these. I kind of realize that because I'm a bit of an introvert and I don't really make small talk. I think small talk is kind of the bane of my existence, actually. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, he's got some roots around him. This is a piece I propagated off of my main one. I never tried propagating a piece of arrowhead before. And I'm very pleased. He's got one leaf that's dying a little bit. It got a little broken during the move. But the rest of his new leaves, all of these leaves are new. There were 2 leaves on it when I propagated it, and one died, and then this is the only other one left. So he's pretty happy. I think he's got a new baby kind of poking out there. You can't see him really well, but he's got some good roots on him. I stuck him in water first. I wonder if you guys can see this. How do people do this? So right there by the edge of my finger, right here is a new little growth point. So that means a new little guys kind of come out of there. That's exciting. I suppose it is fun to take them out of their pots, because then you can see things like that you wouldn't see until they come up. But yeah, so I started him off in water, and once he had some good roots on him, I potted him up into that little pot. All right, so he's in this guy. I think he's gonna be a lot happier and pop out those new growth points and all that new stuff really fast. I need to turn him because he was leaning towards some sunlight right there. But he's got the cutest little leaves. All right. And I think we're just gonna do one more because I'm not gonna repot that Rex begonia. I think he needs a bigger pot. Now this guy just came straight out of his 2-inch pot. He was so tiny when I found him. I got him from Pike's nursery, and he has just grown like insanely. It's a pixie lemon lime peperomia, but they have these really soft, fuzzy, succulent leaves, and he's a little in need of water, but some of them have really cute little variegation on them. But he is in desperate need of a repotting. I don't know. I feel like I get these 2-inch things and they grow like crazy. I feel like they grow better than if I buy a 4-inch half the time. Figuring out where all the plants like to live, because I moved them from my apartment where they're all in several different rooms with very different lighting and stuff like that, to all in one area, all in one room basically. I was terrified that I was going to find pests in something, and then the pests were going to get into everything. So far, so good. Knock on wood. But yeah, I've had quite an experience trying to figure out where to put them all. Thankfully, I don't have everything with me. I left all of my succulents and cacti and my sansevieria and a few ZZ plants in my apartment because my brother is still there, and a lot of my water propagations I left, and he's just refilling the water for me, which is great. I'm very appreciative. I think we've relatively found a good stasis for all of these plants. They're not all in the best lighting conditions for them, I would say, but I think everyone's happy right now. No one's extremely upset, at least, which makes me happy. So, oh, come on, I'm so close. I almost have enough soil, I think. So I have to mix more. But this little guy is almost there. So I'm sticking them in. I fill the pot up about a half of the way, and then I stick them in. And then whatever else, I just try to fill in right on around them. And this soil is pretty moist already, but I'm gonna give them a little bit of water. To try and pour it through, and it'll get all any of the air bubbles that are in there and help all the soil settle. And then some of them might need a little bit more soil around the edges. I have a really bad habit of over potting. I don't know if that's the right term for it, but I put way too much soil in where it doesn't need as much soil. I can calm down a little. But I think he's gonna be a lot happier in here too. This actually, even this looks like he needs another new potting soon. He fills up that pretty well. But, oh, and he's got some new growth coming out up at the top. But, all right. Well, I think that's all of the plants I have to repot today, because I'm gonna wait on this begonia and get him a bigger pot, because I feel like he could go in a 6-inch pot versus a 4-inch. But these are all the guys that I repotted. All 4 of them. I'll give you a little view of my workstation. So here's a view of all of the guys I repotted. So my parallel peperomia, my lemon lime pixie peperomia, my green arrowhead plant, and then syngonium, arrowhead syngonium, and then my Prince of Orange philodendron. So those are the guys that I repotted from this pot to that pot. I think that's quite a big difference. You could probably fit 20 of these in there. So I think they will be much happier now. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me drone on. Probably gonna edit 90% of that out. And hopefully I'll try to find a better way to film so you guys can see these guys. But thanks for watching.